Hey there, first graders, it's Miss Kestel. We will be doing lesson 15.2 today from Into Math. And before we begin, make sure you know how your teacher wants you to complete your assignments. That could be through the Into Math site on Clever. You might be completing your journal pages on Seesaw, or you might be following along with us in your Into Math workbook at home. If you are following along with us in your Into Math workbook at home, we are still on module 15, so it should say 14 through 18 down here at the bottom. And lesson 2 begins on page 439, page 439. It looks like this. It has some three-dimensional shapes up at the top, and then two girls sitting at a table with some shapes on the table. So it is, again, page 439. If you are following along with us in your book at home, grab that book, open to page 439, and a pencil, and we're going to review some shapes before we read our learning goal. All right, so yesterday we took a look at four different shapes. The first one we're going to take a look at, think in your head what shape this is. You're right, this is a circle. Now I want you to think, how many sides and vertices does a circle have? You're right, it is a closed, round, or curved shape, and it has 0 vertices. Because a circle, remember, is just completely round. So there are no vertices with a circle. The next shape looks like this. So think in your head what shape this is. You're right, this is a rectangle. A rectangle has how many sides? Yes, 4. And how many vertices? You're right, a rectangle has 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, a vertex is just like a corner. Think about how the sides, the 4 sides of a rectangle look and how they might be different from another shape. Yes, with a rectangle, there are 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So all the sides in a rectangle are not the same length. 2 are long and 2 are short. So this is a rectangle. And a rectangle has 4 sides and 4 vertices. Think in your head what shape this is. You're right, this is a square. A square also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Think about how a square is different from a rectangle, even though they both have 4 sides. You're right, a square has 4 sides of all equal length. So every side in a square is the same size or the same length. Our next shape looks like this. So think in your head what shape this is. You're right, this is a triangle. Now think, how many sides and how many vertices does a triangle have?
Sorry, I can't search.
Yes, a triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides and 1, 2, 3 vertices. So a triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. Today we're going to look at 2 more new shapes. The first one looks like this. This also has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices, just like our rectangle and our square. This is called a trapezoid. What's this shape called? You're right, it's a trapezoid. And a trapezoid has a long side at the bottom, a shorter side up at the top, and then the 2 sides are the same length. So the bottom is long, the top is short, and the 2 sides are the same length. This is called a trapezoid. What's it called? You're right, a trapezoid. Our next shape looks like this. Let's count the sides we see in this shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This side has 6 sides. This shape has 6 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. This shape is called a hexagon. What's this shape called? You're right, this shape is a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides and 6 vertices. Hexa means 6, so this is called a hexagon. So our two new shapes that we're going to be looking at today are a trapezoid. How many sides and vertices does a trapezoid have? You're right, 4. And a hexagon. How many sides and vertices does a hexagon have? You're right, it has 6. All right, let's take a look at our learning goal for today. It says, I can use defining features to build and draw 2D shapes. So we're going to think about what our 2D shapes look like, how many sides and vertices they have, and we're going to use those features to build and draw some 2D shapes. Remember, 2D shapes are flat shapes. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Sparky Learning on the first page of Lesson 2 in Module 15. It says, how can you describe or draw the shapes you see on three-dimensional shapes? So here we have our three-dimensional shapes that we talked about in our last module: a cone, a cube, a cylinder, and a rectangular prism. Let's draw the shape of the cube's flat surface. So think about what each surface of this cube looks like. What is the shape you see that makes up a cube? Yes, a square makes up a cube. And remember, our square is going to have 4 sides, and all the sides are going to be equal length. So I'm going to draw a square here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. And all the sides are the same length. Let's draw the shape of the rectangular prism's flat surface. So think about what each surface of this rectangular prism, what shape it is made up of. You're right, we see a rectangle, and I remember that a rectangle has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So when I draw a rectangle, I'm going to have 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's different from a square though, because I have 2 short sides and 2 long sides. A rectangular prism is made up of rectangles. Let's draw the shape of the cylinder's flat surface. So remember, a cylinder has a flat surface at the top and a flat surface at the bottom, and the rest of it is curved. So we know that the shape of the cylinder's flat surface is a circle, and a circle is completely round or curved. It has no vertices. Next, let's draw the shape of the cone's flat surface. So the cone has 1 flat surface at the bottom. Think about what shape the cone's flat surface is. You're right, it's another circle, and we know a circle is completely round. Hello, staff. All right, sorry about that quick little announcement that was made. We know that a circle is completely round. It has 0 vertices, and it makes the flat surface of a cone. Find someone at home. Look for some objects around your house. What 2-dimensional shapes do you see on the 3-dimensional shapes? Karen uses pencils to make shapes that have straight sides. Let's draw to show how Karen can make 5 or 6 different shapes that have straight sides. So I know, like it showed us in that last picture, that a triangle has straight sides. I know a square will have straight sides, 4 sides of equal length. A rectangle has 4 sides, and they're all straight. 2 sides are short, 2 sides are long. And then I'm going to draw those 2 new shapes that we talked about. The first one is a trapezoid. Remember, a trapezoid has a long side at the bottom. The 2 sides are the same length. And then the top of the trapezoid is shorter than the bottom. So a trapezoid looks like this. It has 4 sides, a short side and a long side, and then the 2 sides are the same length. That's called a trapezoid. My next shape is a hexagon. Think if you can remember how many sides a hexagon has. Yep, a hexagon has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a hexagon has 6 sides and 6 vertices. All 5 of these shapes have straight sides and none of them are curved. A triangle, a square, a hexagon, a trapezoid, and a hexagon all have straight sides. Triangle, square, rectangle, trapezoid, hexagon. So here are some other shapes that you can draw that all have straight sides. Again, we see a square, a triangle, a hexagon, a rectangle, and a trapezoid. So here we have our new vocabulary words, hexagon and trapezoid. A hexagon, remember, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. A trapezoid has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. How many sides does a hexagon have? Here we see a hexagon. Think, does it have 3, 4, or 6 sides? A hexagon has 6 sides. Great job. How many vertices does a hexagon have? Remember, a vertice is like a corner. 3 vertices, 4 vertices, or 6 vertices? Yep, a hexagon has 6 vertices. How many sides does a trapezoid have? Here we see a picture of a trapezoid. Count the sides. You're right, there's 4 sides. Now think, how many vertices does a trapezoid have? Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices, or 4 corners. Tell someone at home the size or color of a shape and how it helps you know the name of the shape. Abby describes 3 shapes. We're going to draw and label the shapes A, B, or C. Let's draw a closed shape with 4 sides of the same length and 4 vertices. Then we're going to label this shape A. So I know 4 sides all the same length. So I'm going to get my square here. This is a square because it has 4 sides. Oh, 1 second, Miss Kestel needs to erase here. Oh, my eraser's not working. All right, just ignore those scribbles. Let's draw a square. How about it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, all the same length. And it also has 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. We're going to label this shape A. This is a square because it has 4 sides of the same length and 4 vertices. So let's see another possible drawing of a square. Here's a square, and we labeled that square A. Now let's draw a closed shape with 3 sides and 3 vertices. We're going to label this shape B. So I remember that a triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. A triangle also has 1, 2, 3 vertices. We're going to label this shape B. Here's another possible drawing of our shape with 3 sides and 3 vertices. Let's draw a closed shape with 6 sides and 6 vertices. We're going to label this shape C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's a 6-sided shape with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. We're going to label this shape C. Let's see another possible drawing. Here's a 6-sided shape with 6 vertices. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our journal pages for lesson 2. On page 439, you are going to find some different 3-dimensional objects at home and tell what 2D shapes make up those 3D shapes. On page 440, you're going to draw to show how Karen can make different shapes that all have straight sides. Letter B, you're going to tell how many sides and vertices a hexagon has. And letter C, write how many sides and vertices a trapezoid has. On page 441, Abby describes 3 shapes. You're going to draw and label the shapes A, B, or C. Shape A is closed with 4 sides of the same length and 4 vertices. Shape B is a closed shape with 3 sides and 3 vertices. And shape C should be a closed shape with 6 sides and 6 vertices. Down below where it says check understanding, number 1 says a magnet on the door is shaped like a trapezoid. Draw the shape of the magnet. Number 2, circle the shape that has 6 sides and 6 vertices. And then finally on page 442, number 3 says Melissa draws a curved shape to make a flower. What shape does she draw? Circle the shape. And then number 4, explain how to draw a triangle. Number 5, draw a hexagon. And number 6, draw a rectangle. If you have any questions, first graders, please reach out to your classroom teacher, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for lesson 15.3. Thanks again, and thanks for being patient with our interruptions. See you tomorrow.